week 14 of Scott's Weekend Sports today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go over the top 10 games and my playoff predictions for this season's football season coming up, with the preseason just a week away. I'm very excited, so let's get right into it. So the first game I have in my top 10 is week 1. I have 2 games out there in week 1. First game out is the Seattle Seahawks at the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. This should be a very good game to watch. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL going head-to-head. Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, 2 very good quarterbacks, and I'm very excited to watch this game. This should be a phenomenal game to watch in week number 1. Another game in week 1 I'm very excited to watch would be the New York Giants heading in to Jerry's World to take on the Dallas Cowboys. That should be a very good game to watch as well on Sunday night of week 1. That is going to be a phenomenal game to watch in my opinion. Week number 2 is Green Bay at Atlanta. 2 very good teams, 2 teams that we saw in the NFC Championship game last season. And the Falcons got the better end of that. But I just think this should be a phenomenal game. This could be one of the best games of the season, in my opinion, in week 2. Week number 5 I'm going to next is going to be the Packers at the Cowboys. This should be another phenomenal game. Both teams are going to be very, very good this year. Aaron Rodgers going against Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. This should be a really nice game to watch in week number 5. Week number 7 is a rematch of the Super Bowl as the Atlanta Falcons head into Foxborough to take on the Patriots. Another very interesting game to watch in week number 7 after the Falcons gave away a 28-3 lead over the Patriots last season. This should be a very nice game to watch as well in week number 7. Week number 10, I have the Dallas Cowboys going into Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Another very strong game. Both teams are going to look very good this year. Dak Prescott, like I said, is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year. And Ezekiel Elliott, if he stays healthy and not suspended, I think he will also have a nice season as well. And then going against Matt Ryan and Devontae Freeman, and this very good Atlanta Falcon team should be a very nice game to watch in week number 10. Week number 11 in Mexico City, it will be the Oakland Raiders and the New England Patriots. This is probably going to be the best game that Mexico is going to have in a long time for the NFL. This should be a very nice game. Both teams are coming in looking very good. Tom Brady and the Patriots are looking to redo what they did last year and win the Super Bowl, while Derek Carr and the Raiders are trying to prove to people that they are a force to be reckoned with in the AFC, and I think that they will do that this season. Very nice game to watch in week 11. Week number 12 is the Green Bay Packers heading into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Another very strong game. This should be a phenomenal game to watch. Both teams are very strong. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers should have a very nice season, as should Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another very strong game to watch this season, in my opinion. Going into week number 15, probably my favorite game to watch this season, in my opinion, will be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. This should be the best game of the year, in my opinion. This is going to be an absolute show. These 2 teams are going to be big contenders for the Super Bowl this season, and I cannot wait to watch this game in week 15 at Heinz Field. Week number 16, the Seahawks going into Dallas to take on the Cowboys. This should be another great game, and I think that this should be a middle of the pack game this year. This could be in the top 5, but I just don't think that it will match up with all those other very good games. I have this at number 6 in my opinion. And now on to my playoff predictions for this season. So in the wild card games, I have the Miami Dolphins, who I have finishing in 2nd place in the AFC East at 9-7, going against the Oakland Raiders, who I have winning the AFC West at 14-2. I really think that the Raiders are going to have a very good season this year. 14-2 is going to be a very tough record to beat, but somehow to get into the wild card game as the number 3 seed, that just shows you how good the AFC is and how much better it is than the NFC. Then in the other game out there in the AFC, I have Alex Smith and the Kansas City Chiefs after a good season coming in at 10-6. And then I have a kind of an upset, Deshaun Watson and the Texans going in at 11-5, another very good team this season. I have the Texans winning the AFC South this year. Texans should be a very good team. The only problem they had last year was they had no quarterback. And this year I think they will have a quarterback in Deshaun Watson. So I think the Texans will be a very fun team to watch this year in the AFC. Down there in the NFC, I have the Dallas Cowboys going into the wildcard game at 14-2. Another very good season for Dak, Zeke, and company. And I also have them going against a 12-4 NFC South winning Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan against Dak Prescott should be probably the best game of that weekend if this turns out the way I think it should. And that should be a phenomenal game there in Atlanta. And then the final playoff game for the wildcard weekend, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming in at 10-6. Very strong season. And I just think that they're going to do very, very well this year. And they will go against the number 3 seed out there in the NFC, the 12-4 Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. That's going to be another very nice game as well. And the other teams I have going into the playoffs, it's the top 2 in each conference. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers in there in the AFC North at 15-1, a very nice season for Big Ben and company. I have their only loss going to New England and Tom Brady. I just think Brady will find a way to get that win for New England at Heinz Field in week number 16. And then I have, of course, the New England Patriots at 16-0. I do not think they will lose a game in the regular season. Brady, Belichick, Edelman, Hogan, Blunt, Cooks. That is going to be a lethal offense this year. I am very excited to see how New England does this season. And I think that they could very well go 19-0 this year if they play the way they should. And the other teams I have going into the playoffs are the 13-3 Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers should easily run away with this division this year out there in the NFC North because all of the other teams in the North are just not up to snuff right now. And the Lions, Vikings, and Bears, I just don't think that they will be where they need to be to contend with Rodgers and the Packers. And the other team I have in the playoffs, it's a little bit of an upset. I have the New York Giants winning the NFC East this year at 15-1. The G-Men should have a very nice season this year. Eli Manning's got some very nice weapons this year, and Brandon Marshall and Odell Beckham, and a lot of very good players to watch this year for the G-Men. And that will do it for this week's episode of Scott's Week in Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on who you think will be the playoff teams this year in the NFL and what you think will be the top 10 games this year in the NFL. And subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys next week right here on Scott's Week in Sports right here on YouTube. See you later, guys.